Hey everybody, Kevin here, master electrician and founder of BidPak. And today we're going to talk about BidPak's new change order management module. We can all agree inside the electrical contracting industry that changes happen on projects. Projects grow in scope, projects change, projects mature. And with that, we have to do a better job of keeping track of those changes and capturing the revenue for those changes. So I'm going to walk through a very simple kitchen lighting project that's adding a couple can lights in the kitchen, a switch, and some receptacles. So what we're dealing with now is we have an approved project. You can see inside the approved project that we have, we're going to supply and install 6 wafer lights, a Decora switch, and 8 duplex receptacles. This deposit invoice has already been created and already been paid. So the project is ready to be scheduled and ready to get installation. So now, as soon as the installers start to show up, the homeowner has decided to change the scope of work. So now they would like to talk about or look at adding pendant lights in the kitchen instead. So you can see from our design, we had a handful of wafers. And so now they want to look at adding some pendant lights, something that happens on a daily basis. So what you see here, now that we're in the change order side, already we're tracking that this is a change order. This is change order one. Our approved scope of work is the original contract price. Our change order hasn't changed yet. The revised price is there. So if I go into add an assembly now, and I go to search and I grab my lighting assembly, I go to my favorites because I know that's where my pendant lights will be at. So here's a pendant light install, new construction. I'm going to add simple pendant light. I'm going to drop 3 pendant lights over top of this island, just like that. And then let's add a new switch for that while we're here. And this can be done while you're on site. It can be done from your iPad. It can be done from anywhere, however you want to do it. So as we're here, we'll just draw this up and we'll get this done. So there, we've added the 3 pendant lights, and you see that we've added 4.5 hours worth of labor and we have a revised contract price. So this change order stuff can happen from the visual designer, or it can happen from the takeoff screen as well. What's super cool is about on the takeoff screen, you now anything that's adjusted or changed in the takeoff screen has highlighted green if we've added anything, or if we take anything away, it changes to red. So you can see the switches. Since the original contract was 1, we added 1, so now we highlighted that as green. Very easy to see, and you see that we've added the 2 pendant lights. Let me move my bubble up there, but we added the 2 pendant lights here, 0 on the original contract, and 3 on the new contract. Super simple. The change order highlights there. So let's just walk through an example. Maybe they did want to delete 2 of these visual designers. I can't do that here because they are on the visual designer. So let's go back to the visual designer and let's just delete these 2 just for the example of this. And now you go back to the takeoff, and now those are highlighted as red. So you get to see where the 2 come off and the 3 come on. So very easy to keep track of what was been added and not added. And let's just say we wanted to add a work package here as well. So if we create a new work package just for some extra work, then that's going to come in and that's going to show as a new work package as well. And then anything inside that new work package is going to obviously highlight green because we're adding that to the project. So really easy to go through. We spent a lot of time on how this wanted to work and how we wanted to track this and how we wanted to present this to our customers. So now if you walk through the proposal stage, now you get our proposal audit trail. We see the change orders here. We go into the edit mode of that. And now on the change order, all we're displaying is just the change order amount. So now we get to submit this to our customer as change order number 1, and the amount is change order number 1. So as we do the same walkthrough, and what's really cool is the second page of this really highlights the counts of what was taken away and what was added. So now we got +1 Decora switch, -2 duplex receptacles, and +3 pendant lights. Very easy for the homeowner or your customer to see what the changes are, and very easy to track that as it comes through. So if I go ahead and submit this, I'm going to move my bubble again, and I'm going to go ahead and submit this to our customer. Just like we do with every email, we're going to text that message. We're going to text that over to our customer. And so now the change order now is showing up as submitted. For this example, I'm gonna go into that change order and I'm gonna mark it as approved. You remember we can do that at any time to mark this as approved. So now it will be allowed to be invoiced. So two things are happening at the same time here. So the purchase order is now reflecting the original scope of work and the additions and the changes of the change order. So now you come in and you get to see exactly the quantity. We only got 6 receptacles left, and now we're showing the wafer lights, the cut-in boxes for the pendant lights. So everything that's on the approved original scope and the approved change order are now reflecting in the purchase order. So very easy to keep track of your materials and to order them from your supply house. The invoice. So remember, this project was awarded and already invoiced. So the original deposit was already invoiced and paid. So now when we go to create a new invoice, this is really great because now it gets to track the original contract amount, the approved change orders, and then the revised total. So as it comes down and starts to see, you get to reflect where the original deposit invoice was there. The change order amount has added to the increased amount of scope. So now when we go to create our invoice, and let's just say this is due today again, and this is going to be a progress invoice because we're not quite done with it yet. But so now you get the deposit invoice order and then the progress invoice. So you get so everything is being tracked right here. So exactly how much is remaining owing on the project and how much you've invoiced for. Very easy for your customers to keep track of how they're doing and what they want to, and the financial side of the project. Submit that. That's reflected, so that's now off for the homeowner or to pay, and now you've got your remaining balance left over, total amount you've invoiced, and the status of that is still submitted and not paid yet. Back to the design side. Now you're seeing that you got your change order is approved. Over at the audit side, you get to see that the proposal was set, the invoices have been paid, and that is our change order module, and very easy to keep track of pluses and minuses and all the things that have been changed inside the project. And as you can see now, we went back into the design side. So now we're at change order 2, and this process can just keep going and going and going to keep track of all your changes from everything that goes on inside that project. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys really see some value in this change order management. We spent a lot of time designing this and making sure it was very easy to work through, and I think it's going to add tremendous value to you as a customer. As always, if you see something, say something and let us know your thoughts. Thank you.